Greetings, my fellow gamers. It is I, Wraith King. Today we are going through a nice Q&A video yet again. Okay, what are we talking about today? First off, we're going to talk about Epic 7. Why am I not playing it anymore? Then King's Raid. Why am I not playing that anymore? And of course, why the heck am I not playing Vainglory anymore? I've been meaning to talk about that one for quite a while. Right off the back, we're going to start with the Epic 7 one. Epic 7 is not a bad game at all. It isn't. But after a little while, I started to see a pattern that I've experienced many times before. I'll be getting into that a little bit later, though. I've just played the game before, is what I'm trying to say. The game looks fantastic, and at the same time, I just can't really bring myself to play it. I was playing it a little bit on the channel a while ago, and every time there was a new hero, I was reviewing them, but I just didn't really feel like playing it. I played it a little bit, and that's kind of it. I've just seen the game before, that's all. Even though the art style is really cool and unique, and by all means, if you enjoy the game, enjoy it. It's not a bad game, that's not the point I'm trying to make. It's just that I've seen it before, and it's not exactly something I would like to play. I just couldn't really bring myself to play it. And making a video about a game you don't really want to play, not the best idea. So I kind of decided to slow down on that. I might revisit it every once in a while. You guys might see another Epic 7 video. Maybe later I might take a look at some of the new characters every once in a while, but as far as the game is concerned, I just don't really feel like it. I don't feel like playing it. But okay, let's go on to King's Raid. Why am I not playing that? Now, I've said this so many times before, but I think I should go over it in detail, why I actually slowed down as far as playing the game is concerned. Now, I didn't exactly stop playing the game on the channel. I still plan on releasing a pretty decent video in the future on it, a pretty lengthy one, but I don't really know when I'm going to do that, to be honest with you, because the game in itself is a little different from what we normally see. I mean, I've seen the side-scrolling style before in mobile games. I've seen this, as far as combat is concerned, I have seen this kind of gameplay in other games many times, but I haven't really seen the way the game is built before in a mobile game. I haven't really seen this. I haven't seen 3D character models as expressive as some of these are in a mobile game. I just haven't really seen anything like this on this platform before, so right away it's a game you could really like. But saying that, the game got a little toxic later on. And normally I'm good with toxicity, I really am, but when it starts messing with the gameplay, that's when I have to say something. And I'll be getting into more on that a little bit later. But as far as this game is concerned, wow. Wow. Guys, I started up, I'm pretty sure I told you guys this before, but I was stuck at a level for a good long time, until they added a mechanic that allowed me to upgrade my equipment with gold. But before then, I was trying my best to go on a raid. A level 80 raid, and since I'm level 81, that means I am the perfect level to go against this boss. Now, normally I'd say probably around 82, maybe 83 would be a better range for me to go against this boss. But it's a pretty decent level. Just get a team full of those people at the same level, you should be able to take it down in pretty okay time. Shouldn't take you too long. It's going to be a pretty fair fight. But instead of experiencing the game with other level 80 players, I ran into some 90s the first time I went through. Now, of course, this is to be expected. You're going to be running into a high-level player every once in a while in the game, right? That's kind of just how RPGs work. There's going to be a high-level player somewhere. So, at first time, I was like, oh, hey, look, at level 90. He booted me from the party. I was like, well, yeah, I guess that makes sense. I am a level 80 player, and he probably just wants other people his level to play in the raid with him. So I was like, okay, that's fine. So I joined another raid with some different people. They were all level 90s again. They booted me out the raid. This is when I started going, huh? So, okay, I did it again, same thing happened. One more time, same thing happened again. And then I came to the conclusion that there was no one my level going against this boss. No one. All 90s were fighting level 80 bosses for some reason. I mean, I know that's not the maximum difficulty on these bosses, level 80. I know they could probably fight raid bosses their level, but no, they want to go against level 80 raids, just make it hard for players that are my level to actually go against these bosses. So what I did is the impossible. I started my own raid party. I started my own game, and I hosted it myself so I would have the power to boot people. So every time someone joined, they were always at level 90. Every time someone joined the party, they were either level 90 or level 90. There was no one lower than that. And they constantly quit, rejoined, and rejoined. And sometimes it was the exact same person. Then I came to the conclusion that barely anyone my level is actually playing the game. So I just stopped playing it after that. I still revisit it every once in a while. I still have it downloaded because I'm keeping an eye out for an update that revolves around more ways to get decent gear besides raid. Because to be honest with you, that's a very silly way to have that the only way you can get rare items. I mean, in other games, there are more ways to get powerful gear. Way more ways than just fighting extremely difficult bosses that require multiplayer. Multiplayer of all things. Ugh. And if you guys know me, you should know that I'm not exactly a fan of multiplayer. I've never exactly been a player that enjoys online. I never really liked that. I liked it with Doom because the community was really nice. Everyone was cool there. And when you died, maybe you got ripped apart by a monster, maybe you got blown up, you still felt okay about it because the game is just that awesome. But in games like this, King's Raid, it's just not gonna work very well with any game like this. And then next on the list here of complaints for King's Raid is the fact that the difficulty spike just goes way up. Like, it just skyrockets. So you have to go and kill yourself with players that are extremely high levels and might not even let you play with them. So, on that note, I just completely halted my progress on the game. In order to actually get Nikki, and that's the character I was going to make a video about a little bit later. I'm pretty sure I told you guys this in the 7 Nights video I made a little while ago. And the reason I'm even going to make a video was because of her. It takes quite a while to get an NPC character, quite a bit. And I wanted to find a way to, farm some resources. I wanted a way to get some gems. And if I actually was a higher level right now, and I was actually able to go in raids, I would be way past where I am right now. Way past it. I would have had great gear. I would have been able to upgrade my gear. And I would be way past where I am now. And I probably would have been way more than halfway done with getting Nikki. So, now that it's taking me literally forever to actually get her, I have to wait like a month until I actually have enough gems to increase her friendship. At least I think that's what that meter's called anyway. It's been a while. I'm sorry, I can barely remember some of the mechanics. So every once in a while I just come back to the game and log in and get some gems and see if I actually have enough to buy that little box that gives you some items to increase an NPC's affection for you. So yeah, it hasn't been the best time on King's Raid for me. And the fact that I can't progress into the game makes it even worse. So hopefully the devs do add something that fixes that. I mean, they did add this little feature that allows me to upgrade my weapons with gold, but I don't know if that's temporary or it's a permanent thing. Hopefully they do make that permanent because it's a fantastic way to use your gold, because every other way your gold is used is very, very limited. There aren't too many ways you can actually use your gold. So it's usually just going to pile up, and before you know it, you'll have like 9 million gold in no time. Especially if you're a veteran player, you're just going to have tons and tons of gold just stacking up. Even if they do release new heroes, there's no real reason to actually get them. If your team is good, there's no reason you should actually get them and invest the gold and resources to actually level them up. So your gold really will just be stacking up in the piles. Not even piles, mountains of gold. And it will go nowhere. Like, it'll just be there. Every once in a while, I might use like 100,000 of it. But yeah, it just never went anywhere. But now that they have this feature that allows you to upgrade your gear with gold, you can actually have a use for it. There's a use for your gold now, so it's not just sitting there doing nothing. So King's Raid is trying to get better. Since they've added that feature, it's definitely a little bit better for me to upgrade my stuff. It's a little bit easier for me to fight raid bosses, maybe by myself, but I don't even think you can fight the 81 by yourself. I haven't even tried that yet. You need to have a team full of 80s at least to actually stand a good chance against that and make a good fight. But yeah, the game has been kind of difficult for me to progress. When I just started out the game, everyone was so nice. Like the veteran players, the few that they were very friendly. They were very nice to me. Every time I ran into a 90, they actually just let me be in the party. They let me be there, and they were fine with it. And sometimes I even said, "I'm sorry, I suck," and one of them like, "It's okay, dude. We were all there before." They were so nice, but now they're just trolls. All of them. All the veteran players just seem to be really, really jacked up. And you know what? I can only imagine. Since the game is so old, as old as it is now, you're going to have a lot of the troll players actually making it to the highest rank, the highest level possible, which is about around 90 if I'm correct. So yeah, you're going to be running into a lot of players like that in the game, unfortunately. So hopefully the devs do just remove that booting feature if they haven't already. I would greatly appreciate that. I find it very, very tedious. I find it annoying. And it just slows the game down for me. And I can't go anywhere now that I can't go into a raid without someone booting me for being the required level. But yeah, it pretty much just sums up why I stopped playing King's Raid. But let's go on to Vainglory. Now this one I'm going to try to make as short as possible. Because wow, I went on forever with King's Raid. One of the big reasons I stopped playing Vainglory was the fact that it has so many different build paths for heroes. There shouldn't be so many. Seriously. I could out-weapon power a Ringo with Elira. I kid you not, I could do that on Vainglory. I've seen it done not only by myself, but other players as well. You should not be able to do this with heroes. Now, a lot of the LOL players will probably be raising their eyebrows for this, but you can seriously build a character with both weapons, meaning offensive items, and crystal, meaning magic items. You can build both of those on the same hero! I'm not joking. You can do that on Vainglory. You can. And you'll be decent. So, you can see why this game is a little confusing with the way you build heroes, because every hero has a large variety of different ways you can actually build them. So, their damage is spread out among all of the classes, both weapon and crystal, saying that it's going to be very hard for new players to actually find the hero that really works for them, because when you just start out the game, it's going to be hard to understand and hard to actually build the correct items. So, more often than not, you're going to have new players coming in and getting their butts absolutely handed to them because they don't understand the mechanics of the game. You could be an LOL veteran, seriously, and jump into this game and get absolutely dominated by a player that's only been playing this game for about as long as I have. And that's about a year total. So this is a game that's not at all friendly to newer players, due to the difficulty understanding how the game even works in the first place. The second reason I stopped playing this game is how toxic the community actually can be. And as I said before, I have no problem with toxicity. I actually handle it quite well. I just mute the guy and just continue playing the game and enjoying it for what it is. I have no problem with it. But when it starts affecting the actual game itself, that is when I have to complain about it and talk to the devs about a change. So, in Vainglory, if there is a troll in the game, and they are trolling you, you're probably just thinking, oh, I can just mute them. Yeah, but they can still make you lose the game. Just one troll can make you completely lose the game. They can feed, they can do nothing, and then that will make you lose. And it's not like the devs can just make people better on this game. No. But the only way you could really make this game easier and make it work is first make the heroes easy. Stop making so many different weapon and crystal paths that they can take. Just make one path. The new hero that just came out, make him a weapon hero. That's it. There should be no crystal, this doing a certain amount of percentage in crystal and a certain percentage in weapon. No, there shouldn't be any of that. Just make him straight weapon, and he should not be able to access the crystal list. And the same goes for the rest of the heroes. They should only be able to access one list of offensive items. One. Either weapon or crystal. That is going to fix the game. I guarantee it. Because every hero is getting both a buff and a nerf at the same time. Because that way, they'll be able to build one path that works for them. Their abilities won't be spread out a bunch in different paths, so they won't be doing less damage if they're going up against a tank. And they won't be doing more damage either, because the tank only has one thing to build towards. Weapon or crystal. They don't have to build both anymore. They don't have to build both shielding and weapon. If there are more characters that deal weapon damage, all they gotta do is build armor. And guess what? They're a good tank. And let's say there's a lot of mages. They'll just build more shielding than defense. So they don't have to worry about branching into both all of the time. So that's why I stopped playing Vainglory. Finally, I just wanted to tell you guys that I will be making a lot more videos on this channel. I decided to not make this a crazy Seven Knights channel. I'm getting really bored with Seven Knights, I'll be honest with you. And it seems like, yeah, other people are getting bored with it as well, because my hero review videos, they're not being viewed as much as they used to be. And they're not viewed very much anyway, so I just decided to just have fun with the channel and just play whatever I want. But if you guys have any ideas for really cool games you want me to play, I'm just gonna play them this time. There's no delay with it. You guys say, hey Wraith King, can you play so-and-so? Let me know, I'll check it out, and there won't be a delay this time. I'm just gonna go ahead and upload the video. Their Seven Knights will not get in the way of any more of the games you guys recommend to me. I'm just gonna check them out and move on to the next game. But in the meantime, that is all the time I have left for this video, my fellow gamers. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, take it easy for me, and please do have a blessed day. Bye.